Boom.
We are ready and we are live on Santa Cruz Waves. Welcome everybody to the show. 393 tonight. 393rd Off the Lip radio show live from the Santa Cruz boardroom. Tonight is a big show because it's our first guest.
He was our first guest, yeah.
Our first guest
Yeah.
ever. 390.
Give him the check.
He got big bucks that night, I heard, yeah.
You know what? He wasn't the first person. We asked a whole bunch of people before, though.
He was the only sucker we got to come down. Yeah. We asked all these other guys, no.
And let's just start with the pants, TC.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Bob, we always have fun because Bob's been on the show like, I don't know, half a dozen times. And he's always got the yellow pants or the red.
Yep.
One or the other.
We had like a rust color pair one night, I remember.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
We were all off.
And,
Yeah.
Well, the last time he showed up in blue jeans or something, we're like, boring.
Yeah.
You need that shirt.
I did.
TC and I go, which one do you want to go? And he went red.
I went yellow.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I went red.
well, we had a bet today, Bob, what color pants you were going to wear. Everybody on who's watching and listening. I bet Bob was going to show up in yellow pants.
I went red.
You went red.
And then I said, then you went, I'm changing my mind going to red. I go, you just saw it, didn't you?
No, yeah, I did. I texted Neil and I said, Neil, I'm changing the bet. I'm going with red pants.
I go, you saw him on the street.
No, when I said that, something like I saw a stop sign. Really, my wife and I were at Macy's and I bought red pants.
I love those.
Yeah,
I love those.
so in honor of Bob, first off, I wear pants when?
Never.
Never. I only own one other pair of pants. I had to buy those for my daughter's wedding. I wear shorts every day, so I'm wearing pants and all that. Bob Pearson tonight.
Well,
Our
I got
guest.
some shorts on now. So.
And now you got, well, he did show up in purple shorts. You maybe not be able to see those on the
It's
show.
always colorful.
Yeah, always colorful. Red shirt, purple pants.
He brings in these beautiful boards that are also colorful.
Yeah, that's pretty colorful, isn't it? Yeah.
That is a very colorful board. Well,
So
so anyways,
Bob,
welcome back, Bob.
Yeah, welcome back, Bob.
Thank
so
you.
Bob, on the microphone, you can pretty much go to yell because of the mask, the situation, so.
Great.
And
You got it.
you know what's funny about Bob is you've been wearing a mask longer than anybody.
It's normal.
It's like,
It's normal. Wear this all the time.
do you ever leave the factory and realize you still have your mask on?
A lot. I did it today. I got halfway home.
Just forgot my mask on.
Well, you know, I wear this, and I got the big old.
The double whammy.
Yeah.
Which is important. You've always worn that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Geez, you know, a factory like that, you got to wear masks.
Right.
You have to.
earlier you were saying that you had a customer today who came in saying I'm not going to, or I didn't want to wear his mask properly or something.
Yeah. He didn't have a mask on. With respect, I asked him to put a mask on, and he kind of laughed and looked at me. And I said, I'm serious. And he goes, nah, I don't want to put a mask on. And I said, well, you got to put a mask on. So he gave me a little attitude, and so I gave him a little bigger attitude, and it worked out. So he put a mask on. He ordered a board. It was all good.
But in all places, a surfboard factory. You know, like
Yeah.
where masks are like required already.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
It's dusty enough.
I want to talk about first off this beautiful board, and I think I'm gonna. Somebody grab the camera.
I was gonna do that.
Okay, you go do that. Grab the camera because this board's amazing to me. This is it's one of Jamie Mitchell's boards.
Yeah.
How big is this board?
This is a 10-2.
A 10-2.
Gun.
This
And big way.
And I noticed this board. We talk every time you come on the show. We always love to know what's going on with surfboard design, specifically big wave boards, because you are at the forefront of design. This board has a lot of curve to it.
You would curve in the template? Yes. Parallel doesn't turn. You want to put a curve in a template. Also, it's got a lot of curve in the tail, a lot of tail kick. That turns. You know, when you're going really fast and dropping into these things, you want to slice into these waves as you take off. You don't want to just drop in straight. You want to angle it and slice in, and curve helps you do that. Plus, it's a little wider tail, so it carries speed through the flats if there's any flats at all. And the big power for smooth entry, really soft rail so it doesn't catch, real hard in the tail so it planes good. Water releases off of a right angle way better.
Oh yeah, you can see it's really sharp edge to the tail.
But it's got a really low entry, so it's relatively flat, and that helps you get in. Plus, you know, in big waves, when you're dropping in, if your nose is kicked up like that and you're dropping in, a lot of air gets underneath it.
Right.
You know, when like getting your car go 25 miles an hour, stick your hand out.
Yeah.
Stick this nose out, see what happens. So when you're dropping in, you're getting forced back up. You want to break that. So aerodynamic, you know, you lower the entry, you're utilizing the length of your board better, and you get in earlier, easier. Big wave rider, it's all about getting in early. You know, it's fun if you get in early. When you're late and you're falling out of the sky, and that's no fun.
No.
So Yeah.
Wait, is this all the information you've gathered over the years from a lot of people, or have you ever done any serious testing before?
All the above.
Or,
All
okay.
the above. It's for years and years and years. I remember, I started shaping in the mid-60s, early 60s, and after about 5-10 years, I thought I knew what I was doing.
Right, right.
After another 10 years, I go, okay, now I know what I'm doing. After another 10 years, I went, geez, I think I'm good now, but I've learned that, I got a long way to go, and I'm still learning. And so, I'm still learning, working with these hellmen, going and riding these big waves and doing all kinds of things. And I make a big variety of boards, small boards, short boards, big boards, eggs, hybrids, kite board, paddle boards, 19-foot paddle boards. Made Jamie 19-foot paddle board to do the islands. He won Molokai, 10 years in a row. So it made him a giant board. And you learn how to make a fast board. You learn how to make a board turn. You learn. Every
Right,
board teaches you something. And you get all these team riders giving you all this feedback. You learn what to do.
It seems like these guys are, not only just important equipment, it's also like, in some situations, life or death, when it comes to this type of stuff. These guys must really put a lot of thought into their equipment. So let's just talk about Jamie. How often do you and Jamie talk design?
We talk all the time. I make him a lot of boards. He's an incredible athlete. He's an incredible surfer, incredible paddler. He's tried everything, and so his knowledge is amazing. His experience is amazing. And we get together with my experience, and we discuss design, discuss what the wave's for, what he's doing. All right, this is for Jaws. This is for Jaws at this size. This is for Jaws at this size. This is for Nazare, for 60, 70 foot. This is for Puerto with this round hollow condition at this. And okay, relative to the last board, how'd that last board do this? It did this good, did this good, this good. I'd like to do this a little better. So every board you'll tweak just a little. And for these guys, you tweak the tail an 1/8 inch. There's a cause effect, a big cause effect. The 1/8 inch here, 16th inch here, all this is cause effect.
So this is all information you guys, he's learning from you and you're learning from him. So
Oh yeah, we sit together and talk.
Everybody's in the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I surf with him. I'm in a boat with Jamie, and he's out there with all the other guys. Flea and Skin Dog and Barney and all the boys. Zach Wormhouse.
I know you mentioned all these names, right? But I recalled myself, and you helped another friend of mine. There was a young man came out yesterday surfing, and he said he got a board from you, and he was shocked. He was just a regular surfer, and you took an hour with him. Asked him what boards he rode, where he rides them, how he rides them. It's not just people that have big names, but it's just a regular Joe guy. You spend an hour with the guy, and that makes it that is everything for him. And now when he gets that board, gajillion years later, right? He's beyond stoked because you took that time. You took that time to ask him questions. You didn't just slap something together. I think you asked him what he rode, and he said he had a 10-foot board. And I think you said to him, "How do you know?"
Of course.
How do you know it's 10 feet? And you go, I don't know. Because it says so on the back of the board. He goes, yeah, have you measured it?
An inch makes a difference. 2 inches. This guy brings in a board, and he wants me to make him a better board. How do you make him a better board? You know exactly what he's riding. He asks, so you learn about that board. You see what it's all about. And then you ask him who he is and what's the main thing he wants this new board to do better. What's the second thing? What's the third thing?
Right.
And then you ask him where he surfs. And I surf this, and what's your ability? And you just get into it. You ask him all the questions.
Right.
Once I learn who he is and what he wants, what he's riding, how he rates it, what he thinks of it, I got a good idea. I can give him an intelligent answer. And usually I'm very successful.
It makes him happy too, because it becomes an easy board for him to ride.
Yeah, I'm passionate about it. I like sitting down doing it. It's a challenge, and I love surfing. I love making boards, the art and everything. I love working with people. So
It's such a lost art almost now. It used to be growing up.
Yeah.
Everyone had a relationship with a shaper, and you were exactly what you're talking about. You developed your designs, and you work together. Nowadays, it's such off the shelf. Do you feel like we're losing that in surfboard design?
It's always been off the shelf, and and different models and this and that. But it's difficult to find a shaper that will talk with you, that knows what he's doing, and trying to get you on the right board.
So, like what Neil's saying is, it could be Jamie Mitchell, it could be a guy's first custom board. To you, they're all exciting still.
Absolutely, absolutely,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. You know, the thing that fires me up is the most passionate guy.
Right.
I mean, like we're talking Guy Kawasaki.
Right.
He gets in there, he's giggling,
Right.
he's shaking,
Confident.
he's
Yeah.
loving this stuff, you know, and I'm fired up on that. You know, it's contagious. That mood is contagious.
Right.
Next thing you know, I'm designing a board for this guy, and he's all excited. I'm getting excited. So it's all good.
Yeah.
You know, I go home, I go, ah, it was a good day.
Yeah.
That's really
There
awesome.
it is, you know.
That's really amazing. So, interestingly, is that you brought a couple boards today. You brought Jamie Mitchell's board, and behind us you have a replica of a J Mavericks board. They are so different, but designed at different times for the same thing.
Yes, each individual rides different boards. So that today, that board is a J board, and you know, Jay hasn't been with us for a few years now. And back then, they were riding certain. Most guys were riding certain designs, and they were narrower, they were heavier, they were less tail kick and more tail kick, the nose kick, and. And this is more popular right now. But this design here, there's some guys in the world this is a better design for who they are, what they want to do, and the way they want to serve. You know what I mean? And you know, everybody, I got a lot of guys riding these boards, and every board is a little different. Some guys run a 4-fin, some on. I'm making an incredible amount of twin fins now for big wave boards. I just made Kai Lenny a bunch of boards.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Okay.
one of the things he really wanted to try was one of my twins. So
Huh.
yeah, so he's and his boards are a little bit different. The weight that he likes, you know, he's dealing with a certain weight, certain thing like this. So I sat down with Kai and we talked about that whole thing, and Jamie, and you know, when Jay was around, we sat down and did the same thing. You know, we got a chalkboard out, we got design, we drew stuff, we did this, and we're getting excited, and good day. You know?
Is Kai Lenny a numbers guy like Jamie Mitchell is?
Yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
he's
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah. Yeah,
in tune.
He's in tune, he's sharp, he knows what he's doing, yeah. And the high tech guys,
Right.
the guys who know and want, I'm way into working with those guys, you know, fine tuning it. And informing them of, you know, I love sitting down with them after, all right, what's the feedback on it?
Yeah.
This board's insane, the amount of drive on this was just nuts, this board here, you know, and then, okay, now, let's do another board, you know, rate it on a 1 to 10, I go, what? He goes, it's matching, okay, wait, rate it on 1 to 10. Oh, it's a 9.8, I go, okay, let's get a 10, you know. So
How do you tell people what materials they should have on their board?
it all depends on who they are, you know,
Okay.
like, some guys have in their mind what epoxy is and what it isn't. And most guys don't really understand the advantage and disadvantages of it and what it is. Most guys think epoxy boards will have glass on them. I hear this all the time. And epoxy boards have more glass on them. But depending upon what weight is an advantage and a disadvantage. You add weight, there's advantages and disadvantages. You take it off, there's advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
I mean, if it's blowing out, bumpy, stormy, ridiculous, you shouldn't go out. A heavier board is actually advantageous because the light board starts bouncing too much.
Right.
A lighter board, it carries easier, flows
Right.
better, paddles better, catches waves sooner,
Swing
accelerates better, changes direction better because of inertia. Light, and this is not an opinion, this is fact, this is physics.
This is physics.
Physics.
Right.
That physics, so how to apply that physics to that wave,
Right.
that day. It's clean, glassy 10-foot, it's bumpy, stormy 25-foot. It's, you know, it's Puerto Escondido, it's Nazare, it's Jaws, it's this.
Right.
Dialing it in, you're gonna dial each place in. Oh, who you are, well, this guy wants a lot of control. This guy's 250 pounds, this guy's 140 pounds. This guy really likes fast, loose boards. This guy likes control.
Right.
You know, and so it's all, there's a couple hundred questions for each guy. Okay, then this, you know.
You just have a birthday, didn't you, Bob?
What?
You have what? You heard me. You just had a
Big birthday?
What was the I was at your 70th, so that must have been 4 years ago,
Yes.
right?
My 7th was 4 years ago?
Yeah. Right.
No, man, it was like 15 years ago.
What?
Come on now.
I'm 72.
72. Well,
The other
happy
day.
belated birthday.
So who are you getting all this information that you have in your head? Is there someone that you're working with that you're passing all this information on to? Or is it just going to be?
You mean surfboard design?
Yeah, whatever all that information you have in your head. Is there a young and up and coming guy working in your shop that's like,
Brett Pearson.
okay,
He's I've shaped all over the world. I've lived in Australia for a few years, lived in Hawaii. I've shaped all over the world. Just traveled all over with a lot of so-called master shapers, really good guys. And Brett, no one touches Brett. Brett is just mind-blowing. He's such an artist. Mind-blowing. I cannot believe how damn good he is. And it just, I go into his room, it seems like once every 3 weeks, to just go, what? This is his accuracy as far as design, his symmetry, his understanding. It's just, I sat down this board and I went, damn, this is flawless. And it's hard to get a board flawless. You gotta spend the time. You gotta have the eye. You gotta care. You gotta care more than anything,
Take the time.
Yeah. So Brett, that's my brother's kid. He's phenomenal.
And how old's Brett?
Oh God, 27,
Huh.
28.
A youngster of sorts in the shaping world.
Yeah.
He's the next person we're gonna have on the show, TC.
Yeah.
We're about done with this one.
Well, you've mentored shaping over the years, and we
I've taught so many guys how to shape.
Yeah, no, you have. And you put a lot of food on the table for people.
Yeah.
Based on your
Yeah.
knowledge and sharing of that knowledge,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. As far as to get back on that epoxy polyester thing, for Santa Cruz, specifically speaking, what would you recommend for somebody looking into getting a custom board? Not Mavericks, but just for town.
For me to give an answer to that, I have to ask, is this guy a good surfer?
Yeah,
How often does he surf?
3-4 days a week.
Where does he surf? Pleasure Point, the
Yeah,
Lynn,
Pleasure
all
Point.
over?
Yeah, Pleasure Point.
Is he a good surfer?
Yeah.
Does he want high performance boards?
He wants to throw a little tail once in a while.
Okay, are we talking about shortboard, longboard, egg, hybrid, gun, what are we?
He usually rides a 6'2".
Shortboard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me give physics here. Let me say this again. Which board carries better, light or heavy?
Lighter.
Which one floats better, higher out of the water?
Lighter.
Lighter. So a heavy board displaces more water, so it doesn't paddle as good. Which catches the waves earlier?
Lighter board.
Which accelerates better?
Lighter board.
Which change direction better because of inertia?
Lighter board.
Epoxy.
So this guy's a really good surfer?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good, yeah.
Well, if he's a really good surfer, he probably wants performance.
Mm-hmm. No brainer.
No.
Yeah.
Now, epoxy boards, one assumes that it's expanded styrofoam.
Correct.
There's different densities of it. There's 2 pound, 3 pound, 1.5 pound, 1 pound.
Square
The
foot
norm-
measurement, is that what that is?
Density.
Mhm.
And the normal is 1.5. I'm writing nothing but 1. And the big guys pick up my boards and just, what the hell is light? I love light.
Right.
I love the acceleration. I love the unweight, the performance of that. I don't like to go out when it's stormed out, bumpy.
Right.
It's not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But polyester. So there's different densities of that. You can go lighter, 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 lighter till you get into the super, ultra, ultra, ultra light, which is pretty weak foam. But then the other foam is pretty weak also.
Right.
And so you can get light boards out of polyester, polyurethane.
Your
You
friend.
can glass them light. Put one layer here, one layer 4 ounce, one layer 4 ounce. Now this board is light.
Fragile.
But it's fragile, you throw it away. But then again, if this guy's the pro,
Right.
then then you go that way. The boards flex a little different. Advantages, disadvantages to more flex to less flex. All depends who the guy is, what he's trying to do. He's trying to get really tight turn. If a board flexes, put more tail kick in, more tail kick turns tighter, quicker, easier.
Right.
So then the flex is good. You're trying to get a linear directional drive, that flex is bad.
Slow you down.
If this guy doesn't drive, he's a tight surfer, then he should get this, or whatever.
Then this goes full circle to your meeting you have in a shaping room, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
With the same
Yeah.
information, if I was looking for a 6'2" to surf Pleasure Point, and I'm a pretty good surfer, and we had this talk, I'd be like, I want epoxy.
Guys come in, they go, okay, I'm 150 pounds, what size board should I ride? How the hell would I know?
Yeah. Right.
How the hell would I know? I've got 140 pounders riding 10 footer, ripping the hell out of it, nose riding.
Right.
I got 230 pound guy riding like a 6'6" and rips the hell out of it. But he doesn't go out until he gets 6-8 foot, and when he takes off, he doesn't mind taking off late, pulls in the barrel and sits in the barrel. He doesn't want his board to come out. So that board's perfect for him. Style and what you want
Right.
is all key. Then you get the guys that's nothing about it's aesthetics. Aesthetics. Function's not the important thing. I gotta carry this thing that looks cool, walk around. I'm
Yeah.
riding a lot of water. So,
Right.
And that's key. these guys, you gotta give them what they want, regardless of the weight, ability, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you hear, oh, hey, this guy's keen on this aesthetic issue, his function's not important here, then you make him that board.
Right,
And he calls you back, I love it, and success.
good.
It's
Happy
not a
big
negative
day.
thing, it's a positive thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, this, for example, Brett that you have working for you, at what point did you kind of let him go, you know, that his board's gonna be good, when they leave you leave the Arrow Surf Shop, they don't need to be looked at by you,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
good. How long does
He's phenomenal. I would say 2 years, he's,
and
Oh,
part,
no,
part two
yeah.
of that question, all the boards that you have, there's so many, you go in that shop, there's boards everywhere, do you have a hand on every single one of them?
if Brett shapes it for one of his customers, no, I don't touch
But
it.
you, okay, but a board shaped by Bob Pearson, it gets touched, it gets
Oh, yeah.
shaped by you,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I work a lot, every day,
Every day is Monday for Bob Pearson.
every day. It's
You
all
know,
good.
I want to talk about, we're going through the coronavirus right now. I know owning a skateboard shop has been amazing for skateboards and people participating. How's business been during the pandemic for you?
Difficult, very good. The business is just, I've been getting more popular every year, and I've been doing it a lot of years, so I've gained quite a bit of customers, and I'm getting orders from all over the world, it's coming in, and today I got about 18 orders.
Wow.
Yesterday it was like 14, day before that 12. I can't keep up.
Well, there's.
Yeah, so,
How long is it? That's
So it's getting
an
a little
hour for
farther
each
back.
board. Add up the hours. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Your every day is Monday.
yeah, well, see, I got a CNC machine too.
Right. Yeah. But
And,
still, you got to finish them.
You know, yeah, you do, and my CNC, it's one of the best machines out there, and it makes more paths than anything, but it leaves some scallops, you gotta clean those scallops up. And there's just a little human error of the CNC because it is not flawless, and you remeasure, you calibrate, you get it all right, you know, the human error
Right,
of the
human touch.
machine. You know, the machine is accurate as heck, but who set it up? It's a human being.
Right,
And then I have an amazing hold-down system, so my board is held secure, so it doesn't move around, so it makes it, it kills the shape. But I put probably 15 minutes easy into every CNC shape. Easy.
Wow. Yeah.
Easy.
And that's hauling ass, I'm sure too.
That's really hauling.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, that's not what I'm
production.
doing, and my tool is right here. I don't have to walk over to get my tool. I don't have to look for my pencil. I know where this block is, and I'm on it. I know where this tool is, and I'm on the screen, and I'm not talking to anybody, and I'm
Nailing it out.
Yeah.
Has there been issues with supplies? Are you getting your blanks and
supplies
materials?
are difficult.
Yeah.
Everything's difficult. Bank of America was closed for 2 weeks. I couldn't make a deposit.
I
Yeah.
left Bank of America today.
Bank of America on Mission was closed, on River Street was closed. I went there, they said they're open, I came over, they weren't. They said to be open the next day, they weren't. They said to be open Monday, I went, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to Watsonville.
I went to Watsonville and they were closed. And that was the day I decided. And they said it was. They told me it was open.
Yeah.
That was the day I said, forget it, I'm gone. I went to Co-America and transferred all of my accounts to Co-America today.
Good for you.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I can't. They didn't have a note on the door, as you know, right?
Well,
Not to change to the Bank of
the
America.
internet said they were open.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's pretty difficult to change that, isn't it, for a manager, Bank of America manager, go, hey, oh, there, yeah.
They didn't even have a note on the door at the 41st Avenue branch.
That's sweet.
And
I
for
went
2
to
weeks.
41st, there's a big line.
Yeah.
I got in line. We're moving, I look in the window, no one's in there. I go, hey, no one's in there. And everyone goes, really?
Yeah. Locked up. That's insane.
Oh, boy.
So the materials have been tough.
Yeah, materials are tough. It's just, you know, labor is tough. You know, the
Mhm.
government shuts you down, the government shuts you down, the government shuts down. The blank people call me, go, hey, we're not sure if we're gonna be shut down or not. No, we're not being shut down, we're okay. They shut us down. I was in there working, but they, you know, it wasn't supposed to be. You know, my business isn't essential. I could argue that point, you know, sanity, you know, so.
Right,
Anyway, materials are difficult. It's difficult to run that. Getting people to work is difficult. I had a few guys who, their lifestyle, I didn't want them to be around just because of their lifestyle. I go, hey man, it's just, you know, you're not sheltering in place enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the people in there, we all got together and said, hey, you know, if we're gonna come to work, we want to be safe in here. So
right,
those guys who are safe, wore the masks, could stay.
Right.
You know, that made it difficult.
yep,
You know, and the whole thing.
Wow.
It's very difficult right now. It's kind of like when Clark Foam went out, all of a sudden you could get blanks. You know,
Right.
it was a nightmare. We
Well,
got through it. We'll get through this.
yeah.
You also helped your mom.
Yeah.
And how old is your mom?
96.
She's 96, she was having problems the same whole time, and so I moved her into my house.
Well, you gotta be extra careful, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good though, I love her, and it's fantastic to have my mom in the same house, I got a nice big home, so we're in there, rolling around, it's awesome, she's cool.
She's okay with you, and there you guys
Yeah,
get along
she's
great.
She's doing yard work, and she's doing this, that. Problem is, she just fell yesterday.
Oh.
Thought she broke her foot, went to the emergency, she's all good, just a sprain.
Oh,
Good,
okay.
good, good,
Yeah.
good,
But
good.
it was close one.
Well, it's a good reason to be extra safe,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
and I agree. I had one of my employees go to Hawaii. When he came back, I go get tested. You can't come back to work until you get tested.
Good for you, it's
Yeah.
wise, it's smart. You know, we
And
gotta
he got
take care
tested,
of
and it was
each other,
well,
you
it was
know?
negative, and
Yeah.
I want to make sure. You know, it's interesting because I don't know if you can relate this because I'm in the county here. No one has told me like what I should be doing here with my business. We had John Leopold on the show. He's like, well, that's on this website at coc.gov.org.this that. I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell to do here. I'm just trying to fly by night. We only let a few people in. We got protections.
This is set up smart, you know,
But-
you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of other people.
Yeah, make-
That's good, it's.
Has anyone come to the Pearson Arrow Surfboard Factory and said, here's how you guys should run
Oh,
your...
no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't expect that.
Well, they are a piece of paper. Here's some suggestions. I would have loved if somebody came by here and said, "Here's some suggestions on how you can keep your staff
They
and
don't
your
have to
customers
stop
safe."
to do that.
Yeah.
But nothing's happened along those lines.
I'm working hard to keep everybody healthy, you know, I have Clorox in there, I have alcohol in there, just for, you know, scrubbing down,
Right.
and we hit the doorknobs on a regular basis with, you know, something to kill the bugs. You
And
know,
of course,
we
our
walk
Surfboard Factory is a
around-
mess, 100%.
Yeah. We're doing good, we're
Do you-
really trying hard.
But people are coming and going, though, customers,
Yeah, but I have a sign out in front,
front says,
the door's open, but it says closed.
right,
And that stops them. You know,
Yeah.
if it said open, wait a minute, it says closed, and,
Right.
you know, you get your signage
Mhm.
here. And they come in there, they talk, they tell us whatever is okay, then we said, oh, I have a lot of my shaving points outside. I have nice chairs out there, sitting in the sun, taking orders, talking to people. Big old table there, they put their boards up, we measure it. I see what they're writing,
yeah.
I get their opinions on the board. Everybody's, the majority of people are all good, wearing the masks,
Yeah.
doing it right,
I agree.
yeah.
Since we've been open since mid-June in some capacity or another here, I haven't had anyone complain. I've been very impressed.
Yeah.
A lot of people will come in the door with the mask on and pull it off the second they get in here, and I'm always like, hey, please, out of respect.
Yeah.
That happens quite often. But then there's never like a, you know, it's just a habit people have of pulling the mask down.
Well, a lot of guys don't know how to wear them, mixing, you know, down here, you know, they don't know, their noses, whatever, so.
We had Chief Andy Mills on the show, remember?
His
He,
mouth
every
is
time he'd
good.
open his mouth and talk, the thing would fall off his nose every time.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
we did. Poor guy.
He's trying.
These masks here, they're really good masks, I can't get them anymore.
Oh, you can't?
No, and I mean, right when this COVID hit, I got 3-4 boxes of them. And, but I got a lot of use for these things, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to run out and I can't get it anymore.
It's like gold having those good ones
Yeah.
like that.
And I, you know, accounts try to take care of me because I buy a lot from them, you know, I
Yeah.
use a lot of materials, and so they try to take care of me, but I can't get them right now.
Hmm.
I'm okay for a few more weeks.
Wow. And so, is it difficult to ship the boards right now? Are you having any problems with that?
Yeah, you know, airlines. Shipping is difficult.
Yeah.
You know, they have their employee issues, they have their restrictions, their regulations,
Mhm.
and the price increases along with everything else. And, you know, the guys come in there, they got their mask on, they're picking up stuff, they're trying to be careful, it's more work on them. But, Delta, you know, we should do a lot of shipping with Delta Airlines. Airlines are difficult. And then, you know, the traveling of boards, getting boards international, China, Japan, you know, we just sent a big batch to Japan, and that worked out pretty good, relatively speaking, but shipping boards is difficult.
Our surfboard's pretty popular in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, I mean, because I look at this and I'm like, what a
Piece of art.
to put this, get it for one into a huge box with a lot of padding.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
we've had a couple of pro paddleboarders on the show lately, and that just seems, you know, they seem to be carrying that thing on the plane okay.
Well, but they're limited with the 12 footers.
12 foot,
Yeah.
right.
See, like I made a bunch of 19-footers for guys. Pat Shaughnessy,
Right.
my daughter Kyla's boyfriend. He did Molokai and made him a 19-foot to paddle in Molokai.
How do you get a 19-foot board to Hawaii?
Very difficult. Pre-planning the ship way ahead of time. What we did, you know those round cylinder tubes that you
Big
put out here
cardboard
and
one?
pour cement into?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get those things like an 1/8 inch thick. And they're kind of a masonite cardboard thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those are strong. So we got a 20-foot of that, cut a foot off, now we got a 19-foot tube.
Right.
And this board fit right in there perfect with EPS foam stuff all around it.
Hmm.
And the thing is, it costs so much to do the Molokai. You gotta train for a year.
Right.
So you put a lot of time and energy into this. And then you gotta ship the board over there. There are so many guys that ship the boards over there, they get there and the board's busted up.
Right.
Now that they're there, they got the motel, they got the boats, they
They
got
got
the
no
guy
board.
in the boat taking them out, following them, everything's organized, everybody's paid, they can't race now.
Mm.
So, it was expensive getting that, but we guaranteed his board there safe. We
Right.
got his board there safe, the guys are looking at it, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
That was it, so the two was, we finished that, corked that thing up, looked at it, go, this is indestructible.
Yeah.
And we, you know, it was a slow ship over there. It made it there. He had his board, and we're confident he had his board here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some guys sitting there waiting for the board that night, wait for it, staying up all night and doing the race without sleep. You know,
Yeah.
hectic.
Do it way early, get it done.
Yeah.
You know, what's interesting about that is Christian Fletcher used to tell me that he would fly to Hawaii and never put his boards in board bag or boxes or anything. He'd just get a Sharpie and write his name on it. And he said 9 out of 10 times it would make it. It was a real
I
funny
was on
thing.
the pro circuit years ago, and we tried everything. The best way to ship boards: take your leash off, don't put anything on it, take your fins off if you can, and give them the board. And you would watch them, you'd see this, and they'd top load everything.
Yes.
You pack it up really good,
Yeah.
it's bottom loaded, they'd abuse it, it's in a box, they kick it around.
Right.
Boards are getting wrecked.
Right.
Our boards, we all learned that, the best way to ship boards is just hand them the surfboard,
Yeah.
take the leash off, wax all over it, here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it, but it, hardly any problems with it.
Christian Fletcher swore by it. Now,
Yeah,
I often
yeah,
saw
yeah.
the guys in the airport probably said Christian Fletcher, and they're like, all right, let's take care of this one, put it on top, you know? But, you know, because historically,
Yeah.
the alleys go there and their boards are in 2 pieces.
Well, you get a surfboard in a big old box, it's a clumsy box, it's hard to, difficult to pick up. You don't know how heavy it is, so you go get a cart to pick this up, you pick it, oh, it's lighter than that, but you already got your cart. You know, surfboard, you go, carry that easy.
Right.
And the guys carry are usually pretty interested, you know, look at that, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
So-
and it feels fragile,
Yeah.
so they kind of pay attention to it.
I've told that to a few guys, you gotta try that, they're like, I'm crazy.
Yeah, well, when Christian told me that, I go, you're crazy. He goes, no, seriously, 9 out of 10 times that thing gets there without a scratch.
There it is, that's
Yeah.
right.
I remember looking at a plane window one time, I saw my board out there, oh, my board made it back, next thing you know, shit's flying out. Shit's flying out of the plane, landing on the board.
I took the train to San Diego once, and we had to change trains in LA, and so
Yeah.
they had this baggage cart next leaned up to it, and we're standing there, we're like really concerned. We're gonna surf. My brother had a key to Black's Beach, and we were gonna surf Black's. And we're staring, and all of a sudden, here comes my friend Jim Kirshner's board flying out of the thing. It sounded like they rang a bell and hit this metal cart. He
Yeah.
broke the nose straight off it. It was insane.
Some of these guys that use it, you know, I send boards to the East Coast where there's 2 forklift holes. Forklift, they put the board like this, the box like this, and then you
Yeah, right
just
through.
stab it.
Yeah.
And it's funny as hell to them, you know.
And is that, for you as a manufacturer, are you insured for damages like that when you ship boards?
You can insure with company, but usually you don't, it's just too expensive.
You
But-
just keep your fingers crossed.
But, you know, 2 forklift holes like that, you send them the photo and they go, oh, okay, you know,
Yeah.
how'd that happen, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, this guy forklift, you know, right into, through the box, through the board.
Right.
So what's the, go ahead, Steve.
So I was just gonna say, your production, you're limited based on your factory, I guess. Where are you doing as much as you like to do right now?
No.
You wanna do more?
I would like to meet, I'd like to come closer to meeting the demand, yeah,
So you can't really keep up right now,
No.
is what you're saying?
yeah.
Boy, that's a tough place to be in, you know, when you, and
Yeah.
is that labor, materials, both? What
Well,
keeps you?
it's an organization of business, but, you know, getting boards made overseas, whether it's China, Vietnam, Thailand, or whatever, is, you know, years ago, I believe in American made, I didn't wanna do it. All the major competitors were doing it, so I finally did it. And I did it with a few guys, few things. And, it's set up in this China factory, for example. They're the best, and like that, so you set up in there. And right before you set up in there, you sign contracts, you're doing it, you're getting ready to do it, now you're gonna do it. Their main foreman left, took all the workers,
So you,
and now this is the best factory over here.
yeah,
These guys aren't, so now they're doing your boards. But you have I had a game plan of how to stop this, but that has happened all the time in China.
Yeah.
You know, the best factory was, you follow the foreman around, all right, here it is, and so you gotta be somewhat mobile and understand that. And, you know, if you're not sitting on top of the boards right, they'll make you jump. They'll add China product, China glass,
gotta be
China
tough.
resin, China everything, and just, it's cheap junk and poor quality. If you demand quality and you're gonna stay there and you're looking with a business who considers long-term a good thing, then you're in there, then you can do it,
Right.
you can set up with those guys. You know, but you gotta pay attention to what you're doing, you gotta go over there.
Oh,
I've been over there a lot, traveling
Yeah.
around, meeting the guys, shaking the hands, getting to know you, and making your promises and your threats and your reality that, hey, I'm gone if this doesn't work out right, and they know who you are, and they know that you realize who the options are, you know, you set up right, but like right now, I had so many contacts in China call me up and go, hey, I want to do boards, but I can't do them right now, I'm with this and this and this, and some guys called, you know, emailed me and said, yeah, we can do it,
Yeah.
we're like this, and I know who they are, and I know they can't do it, but they're telling you this, and send us a deposit.
Yeah,
So-
get the money.
so it's difficult business, and
I-
everything is so out of control right now, it's good to just be safe and clean and careful right now.
right.
Yeah.
Stay
Well, and
healthy.
when you deal with China, to make a change, the ship steers so slow. Whereas when you walk out your office door, you can make a change up the street pretty easy. You know,
Yeah.
and so it takes so long
Yeah.
to make changes when you're dealing overseas. And I like what you're saying about the American-made product too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some guys are, around the world, there's some really good craftsmen. And if you can hook with a good craftsman overseas, someone who appreciates good, clean business and has respect, those are the people to deal with. And you're pretty safe with those guys.
Right.
I got a question.
But see, like if a factory burns down,
Yeah,
that happened again. You know, here you're out in Thailand, next to you, this factory burns down.
yeah,
They're out of it. Or their blank warehouse burns down.
yeah.
They're in the 3, 4, 5 month backup production. And you made your contracts with these guys, it's difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember when Novak started making boards, he went to Slovenia. And the factory owed the government some money, and the government just came and burned the factory down. Yeah, they're like, see you later. Yeah, we'll get her.
You know, Rich Novak learned on that, huh?
Yeah, he learned a lot on that one. That's the reason he's not making surfboards right now. A rough lesson.
Yeah.
What's your question, Neil?
Okay, so when we had Doug Thorne, Bob Rittenhouse, and Harry Mayo that one day, that was an epic day, by the way.
It was an epic day.
For those three
Those
guys.
are classic guys.
That was classic. Now, we've asked you before, and that's our question to our seasoned guests.
Oh, especially the over 70 guys?
Yeah, is their favorite, what's their favorite decade? But, for some reason or other, I asked those three guys, what was their favorite day surfing? And you know what? What blew me away is each one of them had a story. They knew exactly what their favorite day was. I mean, to the T.
Yeah.
They knew it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you, what was your favorite day surfing?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, well, surfing there was no waves, but
No.
I got up there and paddled around. And that's the freshest in my mind. It was a beautiful day, it was glassy, it was hot, I had my board shorts on. I was loving it. You know, I don't think so far back.
Yeah.
Like I look back at today, you know, I didn't get in the water today, and I'm not happy about that, but
I did.
yesterday I got in with my daughter,
Yeah.
Kyla,
Yeah.
and we're out there just, and my brother went out too, so,
Wow.
so we're out there having a family
Family
thing and
affair.
just paddling and loving it.
That's
We're
awesome.
getting all hot from the sun, we're diving in the water, we're moving, we paddle around the lane, went into the lighthouse, that cove in there, stepped up into the sand in there,
Yeah.
you know, little sand in that cove.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
never, yeah, it's a
No,
rare,
no one goes
rare
in there.
day. Yeah. Rare
yeah,
day to go in
yeah,
there.
it was cool in there, you know?
Mhm. That's neat. Well, as I recall, Bob usually says it's this decade when we
Yeah.
ask him that question. He's consistent because that's normally what you would say.
Yeah.
You gotta take that call to a custom board order.
Kyle, I'll call you back. I'm on the radio. See you.
Hey,
You all good?
you good?
You good?
Kyla, how you doing, honey? This is Neil.
You're on the radio.
See ya.
We love you.
Sorry.
You gotta take that call.
Don't
It's
call.
okay.
Don't call. You take the call.
Yes.
But as I recall, you always, when we would ask you, hey, what's your favorite decade? You're like, right now.
Yeah.
You're in the moment.
I'm in the moment. I just, I still hardcore surf. I love it.
Any
There's
ailments
some guys
bother?
ask
Do you have
me to
anything
still surf,
bothering
and I
you?
look at him, I go, what?
Any bother going issues?
Well, when I turned 40, I had a bad back, and I couldn't surf for a year and a half, but that's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
I'm
secret,
good.
Bob? For somebody out there that wants to know.
Stay passionate. Keep moving.
Yeah. Get up.
Keep moving.
Keep going.
Keep,
Rolling stone grows no moss,
That's
Neil.
right, buddy. That's
yeah.
right. Keep moving.
Yeah, have a good day.
Well, and you hustle.
Oh yeah, I work hard.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't stop.
No.
That's
No.
maybe that's the secret.
I love getting 8 hours of sleep. I love getting up in the morning. I love going to work. I love coming home. I love eating, jumping in the water.
I know I was quick. I ask you, what year was that when you were with Bill Romanowski
Yeah,
and you went down to see Laird do this paddleboard thing,
Yeah.
and you guys surfed,
Yeah.
and he didn't show up, and eventually you saw him off in the distance
yeah.
on a paddleboard. What the F is this guy doing on a board paddling it?
Romo, Laird, and I are friends. So we're all gonna go surf together. Rome and I from up here, we go down there. Laird's gonna go surf us. We go to Laird, pick him up. He's busy for about a half hour. He'll be out. A little dune is going off, so Rome and I go surf. About after an hour and a half of surfing, we're kind of burnt out. We ride on in, sit down on the beach, and here comes Laird paddling out on this tandem board with an oar in his hand. And I look at it, and I'm loving it. How cool is that?
First time you'd ever seen this.
First time anybody's ever seen anybody
Yeah.
standing on a
What year
surfboard
was that?
I don't know.
Right.
And so he's paddling out, and I'm amused. I go, that's so cool. That's so cool. And he goes up, fits right in the lineup, and takes off in a couple waves. And I'm a good surfer, and I couldn't make it through to the second point. And I have some really good waves, and I couldn't make it through. He got out there, and he made it through this way. And I thought, how lucky is that? Then he went out and did it again. I went, what the hell? And that paddler was able to accelerate through a section with that paddle. And then he saw us, and so he faded, and he's heading towards us like this, runs up, is hanging 5, steps off on the beach a little way, comes up, talks to us. I go, let me try it. So I went out there and tried it, and it was difficult, but I was seeing fish, I was seeing everything, and I go, this is kind of fun. I'm not interested in it, but this is kind of fun. That night, I thought of it, and I couldn't believe I heard it everywhere. What exercise? And then I was seeing fish, and I went, boy, with this flat, this will be a fun thing to do, great for exercise. So I came home, built myself a board, and at the time there was no word, stand-up paddleboard word didn't exist.
Right.
And so we came with this Hoi Nalo He'e, which means stand up with a paddle in your hand, surf, away. And so we call our board Hoi Nalo He'e. And that's what we did. So we're making these. We made them for about a year and a half, made Laird a bunch. We're getting on these things. Next thing you know, stand-up paddling became popular, and everybody's doing that. So we started calling boards like everyone else stand-up paddleboards. But I thought I'd never taken it away. And I thought when the surf was good, I'll never do this. And I kept refining my boards, and I got a board now that rips the hell out of good waves. I take it on a good wave, and I surf a lane 18 foot, and 10 foot and everything, and fade it, bring it back around, hit the lip, cut back roundhouse. It turns insane. I have a lot of fun on it.
Yeah.
I'd rather longboard, but I love surfing, but surfing and snow skiing, I'd rather do both.
Right.
And doing both of those is just way better.
Yeah.
And so I like to snow ski, and I like to surf, and I like to stand up paddle. And I see these guys foiling, and I like to do that, but I don't have time and energy. I like kite. I drive by the kite boarders, and I don't look at them. It looks too damn fun. I'm seeing those guys doing that.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to do it. I don't have time for another sport.
Right. Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not
No,
snow
it's
skiing enough. I'm not spending enough time doing surfing as much as I want. So.
Right.
And you also have an amazing paddleboard business.
Yeah.
That we should probably talk on, because we had Kaylee on the
Kylan
Winter was on the show.
And Aaron McKinnon was on the show.
Both great local paddlers.
Yeah.
Both have won the J race, right? Did she win too? She won too, yeah.
Yeah.
And she won the J race. And they both couldn't say enough about your boards.
Well, what Kylie did in China.
Yeah.
In the Olympics, it was just mind-blowing.
Right,
She went with two Aussie girls. And these two Aussie girls are about the world, no one comes close to them. I don't know if you saw the finish.
no,
You didn't see the finish.
she sold us.
There was three like this. She was in the middle and ahead that far. She hit the beach first, but the other girls jumped off
Yeah,
first. And when it jumped off, they started running. They ran ahead of her, so it was first, second, third. She got third. But she hit the beach first. She was a stronger paddler, not as good as runner. And
and she didn't have any water, she lost her water ball, I think was the.
there was all kinds of things.
Right.
She didn't really have to spend a lot of time on the board. She loved the board. He was a great race board.
Right,
Yeah.
she's a nice kid.
Yeah, she's a nice kid.
Phenomenal and nice, just
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, Andrew couldn't say enough nice things about her ability.
Her
and
dad,
power.
Jarrett, just
Yeah.
amazing.
Swim coach, SoCal High.
Amazing. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an animal.
Yeah.
He's a paddler. Yeah, I made him a bunch of paddle boards too. Yeah.
So let's get back to the business because I know people watching might be interested, and we always want to let them know how to reach you. Google Aero Surfboards, I'm sure, is a good start, but websites, phone numbers, they can just call and set up an appointment to get a custom board shape.
Absolutely. Just call it a factory.
And I think, don't be scared to, because Bob will take, I mean, you remember I took, yoga teacher,
Mm-hmm.
from Hot
Harley?
Elevation, no, Hot Elevation,
Mm-hmm.
Jeanette.
Oh,
I
Jeanette.
took Jeanette in there, and she was scared, I don't want to, I gotta talk to a surfboard shaper, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. I go, just go, and I went in there with her, and I
Mhm.
took her,
Yeah.
held her hand, and she was blown away that he spent an hour with her.
Hmm.
And there's another guy the other day, I mean, don't be
Did you
afraid.
try Guy Kawasaki in there too?
Oh, guy wants, he wants to have lunch,
He's
breakfast,
been
lunch.
there a lot.
He wants breakfast, lunch,
Good
dinner in
customer,
there.
Guy Kawasaki is.
You know, it's I turn to the guy, someone calls and they'd like to get a board. I say, all right, do you want to order over the phone? Or do you want to come in and meet and sit down and talk and I show you the factory we can, they go, yeah, I'd like to come in, however it goes. And then I tell people, bring the board.
Yeah,
I want to see what they're riding. I want to see how they relate to it. You know, how's it paddle? How's it catch waves? How's the stability? How's the speed? How's the turn? What's the main thing you want it to do better? You know, so
To me, that's amazing. It's like commissioning an art. You know, it's like being involved from the before through the entire process.
yeah.
It's such an amazing
Well, I remember
part.
when I was a kid, I went to a shaper with like 4 pages of designs and measurements. Every foot I had a caliper, and I want this. And it was because I measured about 40 different boards and wrote them all and knew what I wanted. Took the best of this board, took him to him. He got pissed off and he told me to go away, little kid. You know, pages of measurements, you know.
See, this has been you since day one.
Yeah, so I did it myself.
Guy always says, he sells his board, I keep telling you, he's selling his boards too cheap.
Well, you better raise Guy's price for sure.
Right? Right?
If you're watching, Guy, prices just went up.
Is that true?
Does the guy say that? Yeah.
No, you know, I know he does.
Well, I
Yeah.
think surfboards have always been underpriced for the labor value, what it's put into them.
Surfboards are way underpriced. Absolutely. You know, some boards are junk and they have a low price and that's fine. Some boards put a lot of time, energy into them and the probability of them being good are really high. And so those boards should get a better price. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like cars.
Yeah.
You know, there's expensive cars and they're expensive for a reason.
There it is.
You know,
There it is.
normally it's performance,
Yes.
normally it's the quality of the material.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing, and I think
Exactly.
the garage guys have kind of ruined
Yeah.
that a little bit.
It is. There's a lot of garage shapers. You know, there's always been. It's shaping. And a lot of guys like to get in and do their own, and that's all cool. And so a lot of guys garage shaping and putting a lot of volume out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that lowers the price.
You brought some really colorful boards. You've always had colorful boards. I mean, I remember when Skin Dog was your airbrusher doing colors. You've had iconic surfboard designs in air paint.
Skinny was the best airbrusher. He is phenomenal. Brent did this.
Oh, he did.
Brent is fantastic.
Is it common for you? A lot of paint on boards right now?
Yeah.
Kind of coming back. 'Cause I know we went through this period where all boards were with,
Clear board,
Clear-
black wetsuits.
yeah.
Yeah. You had to be cool. So.
but it's getting into, well, and also too, you know, living here in Pleasure Point, there's like no rules right now. I see guys riding square surfboards and stuff.
Today, it's better than ever. I remember years ago, we were all on the longboards. And I remember I was one of the first guys to get on a shortboard. It was like an A6. That was a shortboard. And I got crap from everybody. not from everybody, from the few idiots, you know. Everybody, hey, that's cool, Bob, a few idiots. What do you think you're doing? It's just like snowboards, you know. Started that, next thing you know, guys are managing for that. Guys are managing for this and that, you know, but it's the minority. But these days, almost everything's accepted.
Right.
Longboard, shortboard, zigs, hybrids, just
Yeah.
whatever, little foamies. There's a lot of good guys out there who are on foamies having fun.
Right.
You know, it's all about getting out there and having fun. Guys are taking these wooden boards out, floating these little hand things, and, you know, Steiny's out there laying on his mat, having fun. It's all good.
Yeah.
This is who you want to hang out with. Those guys are having fun. Those are the best surfers in the world. You know?
Yeah.
And, well, it used to be, unfortunately, those same guys would be walking down the sidewalk and someone would throw an orange at them because they were so weird, you know? And so it's fun to see that in surfboards. And
Yeah.
I guess going
Yeah.
full circle, you're making all the above, right?
Yeah.
If somebody wants a square surfboard, hey, you'll make them a square surfboard.
I'll make anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make any. I make everything.
And
In fact, I don't know of any shaper who does a bigger variety than I do.
Yeah.
I'm not the shortest boards, I'm the longest boards, the
19
widest.
footers.
Yeah. Out of the most different materials, you know, I made the 13 Hawaiian boards out of redwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the 17 footers, 240 pounds each.
And where are those boards now?
240 pounds each.
Where did they go?
Yeah, that's a,
A
in the
couple in
back?
my factory, a couple are here and there. They're all over.
Did some get sold to private
No,
collectors?
I'm not selling any of them.
You still have them all.
I have guys want to buy them, but, you know, no, we go on we go on the road, we do a big old, over in San Mateo, the Polynesian Festival, we go over there and do a big talk with all the boards, and talk about the history of Santa Cruz surfing, the Hawaiian related to the three princes who started surfing here on the West Coast.
I could sell you a board right now. All you gotta do is call Guy. The guy, you need a 12-foot longboard for this going on out here, and he will buy it.
And pay extra?
And pay extra. If you call him up, say, Guy, you need a 12-footer, it's sold.
The 12 footers are all the rage right now?
He needs one. I mean, I've been riding that 12-foot paddleboard.
Guy's got
this, you know,
Guy's got a quiver.
he's got a
He's
quiver.
got a big one. He's got names on them.
Well, he's
He
stoked.
names them all. He names them all.
Yeah, he names, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's so stoked. I mean, remember that a couple of months ago, he peeled off an old Doyle and like glassed it and made
Yeah,
like,
he's
yeah,
peeled-
he's just doing crazy stuff.
Scraping rubber off of old soft tops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
The stoke is what it keeps you alive, keeps your fire going.
Yeah.
And seeing customers who have that stoke just fires yours up too.
You know, he's one of the guests, TC, he's one of my guests that you leave here and you stoke.
Yeah.
Because Bob was on the show.
I
Leave here, we're
got
leaving here
red
happy.
pants on for Bob today.
Thanks, Bob.
That
Thanks,
looks
Bob.
good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we've got red pants.
I got red pants on.
Thanks for coming on the show, Bob.
You bet.
And
Good time.
again, you guys out there watching on Facebook Live, Santa Cruz Waves, thank you. And thank you, Bob Pearson. You guys can call Bob Pearson at the factory. What's the number of the factory?
831-462-2791.
I gotta mention, let me sit there, Bob. I'm gonna mention a few people that support the show.
A couple of our big sponsors. We have great sponsors, by the
I want to thank Chill Out Cafe. Great concert the other day with Jake Nielsen.
Very fun.
And you hooked Jake up. Like,
Yeah, no, I gave him a little shopping spree.
Yeah, and he was so thankful.
Thank you,
Chill
Jake.
Out Cafe, Beach Nest Vacation Rentals. Beach Nest, if you could come down here and stay, which you probably want to, check out the Beach Nest Vacation.
Hey, and by the way,
Beach Nest, don't.
John over there at Chill Out Cafe,
Yeah.
where they roll the fatties,
Yeah.
did you see him dancing up a storm?
He's
I saw his
he's on
hands in the
video.
air.
He's on video.
Is
too.
he? Oh, yeah, man. He was dancing.
And by the way, I got music tomorrow. With Jake Nielsen and Alex Lucero
Oh,
from the deck.
awesome.
And who wants to sponsor the show? Surf City Sandwich.
Yep, big
Okay,
kayak
big.
connection, too. You gotta
Kayak,
mention.
great
Yep.
time to go kayaking, right?
I know you miss Amber.
Oh, I missed the Amber. I'm gonna get one tomorrow though. No, Friday. I'm going for an Amber Friday
All
at
right.
Santa Cruz Mountain Brewery. I want
Awesome.
to thank People's Coffee.
Of course.
I want to thank Teeny from Pono.
Absolutely.
I want to thank Numa from Aloha Island Grill.
Perfect.
I want to thank Listening Staff for your earplugs.
Oh, Justin makes great. Bob, you got earplugs all the time?
No,
No, he
No.
doesn't.
you don't wear earplugs.
He's got good
You
ears.
ain't got shit. And I want to thank the Wave Clock.
I can see a wave clock right across the
I
street.
got one at home.
Yeah.
It works great.
All right.
Who else am I missing? I want to thank Sean Roback from Farmers Insurance.
How about Seabright Deli?
Seabright Deli.
Yes.
I want to thank Jeanette. I'm going to be doing outdoor yoga
At J Street Park?
at JC Park. You can pop out and do it.
I got the email today.
Let's do it.
So Hot Elevation is doing yoga at J Street Park.
Outside.
Okay,
We,
got it.
trust me, we need it too.
I
right?
do need it.
We do need
I
it.
got the Pandemic 10 right
Dude,
here.
I tell you, I told Bob the other day, I have a beautiful 9.6 paddleboard from Bob. People are like, God, that thing's beautiful. I mean, it's just bright yellow. It just sticks like a sore thumb. I got it. I'm taking it out today. I've gone on it. Fuck, what happened here?
A little lower in the water?
It doesn't feel right.
Water line a little.
Is it taking in water? Or is it dang or thing? I poured, for Christ's sake.
Taking on extra cargo.
Yeah.
The pandemic 10.
The extra 10 pounds. It was like this, dude.
Time for an epoxy blend.
Yeah.
You know,
Hang on, I need a 12.
Get some
Screw God, I need a 12-footer.
This is why you need a quiver.
Yeah.
God
See?
damn.
You need a bigger board now.
COVID-19 hits, you put on weight, bigger boards.
2020.
Right? Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow with
Alex Cicero?
Alex Cicero and
Jake Nielsen?
Jake Nielsen. Oh, by the TC, I got to tell you, we got 3 shows next week.
Awesome.
Back to back to back.
All right.
We have, what's her name? I forget her name. But, the mayor's coming on next week.
Okay.
And the mayor of Santa Cruz, Justin Cummings. And the gal, what's the gal's name? Apologize. I'll put it up on
Okay.
the
We
website
got
today.
3 shows next week.
3 shows next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Nick Lamb's coming on Thursday.
Oh, Nick Lamb. Okay. We have not had Nick Lamb on the show.
No.
I bet he wears a suit.
Really?
I'm just gonna say, I bet he shows.
Okay.
He might come on GQ model. We'll just
All right,
see. I'm
check
predicting
it
it.
out.
You guys, stay tuned to see what Nick Lamb wears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next week. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
Bob.
Thank you, Bob Pearson.
Woo! That's you all.
How long was that show?
Like an hour or something.